Hey guys, welcome back to the channel on an all new extra report. Today's extra report is called Gypsy Rose Prison Emails Between 2022 through 2023. If this sounds interesting, please stay tuned. For those who are not aware, and many are, Gypsy Rose has admitted to receiving over 250 letters and messages, correspondence during her incarceration. Now, just recently, thanks to a woman named Mandy, obtaining FOIA records of Gypsy Rose emails, her prison emails, they were given to Into the Weeds podcast, and those ladies have been going over those emails, and that is how I was able to obtain quite a few of these clips that we will be going over today. Also, I was able to obtain some emails from another individual that was in correspondence with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and he had a few interesting things to say aside from releasing his conversations and his emails with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, keep in mind that this individual that was in correspondence with Gypsy Rose Blanchard through emails and the newly released FOIA prison emails from Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the ones that we will be going over today are all in between 2022 and 2023. And keep in mind, within this time frame, Gypsy Rose was married with her now ex-husband, Ryan Anderson. Let's get into these emails. Now, the person that released his email correspondence between Gypsy Rose Blanchard did state his name. I am not going to state his name, but it is publicly available if you guys decide to search this on your own. He goes on to state why he decided to release these messages, and he goes on to say, "This will be the last batch of messages I release. These took place between October 2022 and January 2023 and aren't in any particular order. I am posting these to give people a better idea of Gypsy's disposition when the cameras aren't on or when she's not performing for social media. When we first started talking, I did believe her to be an unwilling victim of her mother and felt sympathy for her situation. I no longer feel that way for reasons I'd rather not say right now." This message is from Gypsy Rose. Okay, so I like to read Don't Laugh. "I have many stories. So one guy, I call him Stalker Joe. He started as a Gypsy superfan, and then when I tried to show him some kindness, he misread as more, and when I rejected him, he turned crazy. He now bashes me, telling everyone I betrayed him. I'm like, no, I just didn't want to date you, dude. There is this girl who does TikTok. Her name is Blank, and when she wrote to me some months ago, she is a lesbian, and when she developed a huge crush on me after 30 minutes of phone calls and 4 emails, well, I kind of got her and my friend talking on that level, but she won't stop being hung up on me, even getting a rose tattoo. I have many more, but all kind of fall under the category of people with extreme hate or love, LOL. So, your birthday is on Friday. Happy birthday. So, you are a Libra? I forget the dates of when to when are certain signs. I am a Leo. My birthday is July 27, 1991. I am very much like my sign. Smiley face. Okay, so I like to read Don't Laugh, poetry, like old English poems, and try to understand what the poem is all about. And also, I do love reading Star Wars novels. I'm a huge nerd, so I enjoy reading about the expanded universe of Star Wars. The last book I read was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. It is a prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy. There will be the movie version coming out next year. Other than that, I guess I would sum up my reading materials as fantasy adult fiction, and I like those random fact books. LOL, smiley face. To answer one of your questions, this has been my main way of meeting new people. So I guess when emails became fewer, I stopped broadening my reach of making friends. Also, many have lost my trust because they would post my emails on social media without my permission and clout chase. I became closed off to the idea of writing and letting people in. Yes, I have had some very weird experiences with emails and letters. And keep in mind, all these messages are from Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Hello, how are you today? Thank you for writing. I actually don't have many writing to me anymore. Things have tamed down over the years. People come and go, and only a small few remain. Yes, I do enjoy learning about history. I find European history, particularly the Elizabethan era, to be quite fascinating. I enjoy anything that pegs my curiosity. Pegs. What is your favorite time period? By the way, would you mind sending a photo? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll like to see what he looks like. I find it easier to get to know someone if you can have a visual, and I am at a disadvantage compared to you who knows what I look like. Smiley face. Thank you for not bombarding me with questionings of the past. I often feel overwhelmed with it by others. However, I will be happy to share my life now. Ask away. Now, she closes off with smiley face. Remember that Nick is considered and calls himself Mr. Smiley Face, and he puts all these smiley faces on his lettering and messages. I wonder if Gypsy Rose adapted that from Nicholas Godejohn, because we all know that she likes to mirror everyone's stories and emotions and their attributes, their physical attributes. And it's not that far-fetched that Gypsy Rose ended up adapting Nicholas's writing style with smiley faces, and that's why she's doing it herself. So let's proceed with some more messages from GRB. She goes, yes, I have hobbies. I love to draw and paint, and I recently took up crocheting and knitting. I'm making a yarn blanket for a friend and her husband. It will look very beachy with ocean blues and tans. It's huge. It's like 7 by 7. But what are your hobbies or talents? Remember, we're not getting any correspondence from the person who decided to reach out to GRP, which is he's known to be a male. He only decided to share the messages he received from Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy then says, well, since you can't call me, send me your number and I can call you. You will see the number show up on your phone as Chillicothe, Missouri. That is me calling, and that is all there is to it. Smiley face. I'm available any day or night other than Tuesdays. I can use the phone starting as early as 5:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Hello, I'm a little late at responding. Okay, answering you back, Shakespearean English. Yes, I do love fall. It's my favorite season. I love the crisp air and smell of cinnamon and spice. Wow, I'm really impressed you have a piece of the Titanic that will be worth so much someday. It's quite a collection. I can't wait to start a collection of my own. Not sure yet what. I used to collect rocks from all over the world, like Egypt, Stonehenge, example. Really, Gypsy? I thought you were ABUSED and you never got to go out or make any friends or go anywhere. When did you go to Egypt? Well, but the one rock looked like another, and all I had was a bunch of rocks. LOL. So did you go or not? Hey there. So I wanted to ask if you would like to talk on the phone sometime. I enjoy phone calls more than emails, to be honest. I'm just so ready to go home. Prison was easy to accept at first. I had known nothing of a normal life, but after years of talking to people in the free world, I know there is so much more that is beyond the gates and stone walls, and I long to be a part of it. 1 year away. After a lifetime of waiting to be free, I'm just 12 more months from my dreams. Smiley face. Hey, just checking in to say hi. Not too much going on here lately, and no particular Christmas plans for me, really. I just have been watching some holiday movies and taking each day as it comes. I'm like, oh my God, it's the same day over and over. I'm living in Groundhog Day. LOL, I try to find new things to occupy my mind and time, though. Writing my book is going slow. Issues with my ghostwriter arose, and now we are back at square one and the initial proposal needs to be rewritten. Hopefully she can produce something by deadline of March. It is all so very complex. My new documentary for Lifetime Network is taking shape beautifully. The first 3 episodes are nearly done with editing, and the last 3 are being written out, and editing starts in 2 weeks. This new documentary should air in late March. I'll let you know a definite date when I know one. Hey, how was your holiday? I had a calm Christmas. My hubby brought me a really nice weighted heated pad and a 6-piece flawless skincare beauty set with a face steamer and exfoliating scrub brush. Smiley face. His family also gifted us a few things for our place together. Bath towels, a new air fryer, which I named it Cindy Lou Who because I'm just quirky that way, LOL. I miss being there with family. However, I was as much as part of the holiday as I could be, and I'm just happy to have amazing people in my life, smiley face. When Gypsy Rose is talking about my hubby, she is talking about Ryan Anderson. So this male individual who decided to make Gypsy Rose's prison emails public, when he did so, he ended up receiving some questions, and this is one of the questions. Thank you for posting. Only if you're comfortable with it, could you share if you sent her a photo of yourself as she requested? And the person replies saying, I did send a photo. I don't want to say one way or another whether I think she was into me or not. She was very bubbly and talkative, which some might have interpreted as being flirtatious, but having seen footage of her in interviews, I just chalked it up to being her personality. She never made any outright remarks that she had any attraction to me or anything, and most of our conversations were about Ryan, her ex, and interests and hobbies. I never made any move either, so I think we both understood this was strictly a platonic thing. So someone else asked, so she was emailing with you even after she married Ryan? And he replies, yes, she was already married when we first started corresponding. So now the next select email correspondence is with the same individual that we've been going over with the previous emails, except these emails are in regards to Gypsy Rose's marriage to Ryan in crisis. But first, here is a word from this individual who decided to write to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. He goes, I've held on to these for a long time, not wanting to release them out of respect for Gypsy Rose's privacy, but seeing as how she now broadcasts every aspect of her marriage, I no longer feel I should need to keep them a secret. I started writing Gypsy in August of 2022, and she was quick to open up to me about her issues with Ryan while still behind bars. When we first started corresponding, she was very much on the fence about staying married to him, and they separated during the early days of our correspondence. Eventually, she decided to say she wanted to stay married to him, and I got the impression he told her not to write to me anymore as I'm a man. To be clear, I never wrote Gypsy with any interest beyond just being a pen pal. To be honest, it was more of a morbid curiosity that made me reach out to her in the first place. I post these now because from everything I've seen since her release, I really do believe her marriage is toxic. And these were actually posted a year ago. I'm not sure who've all read them. I never seen them. Gypsy Rose goes, I need advice. So I am pretty sure I sometimes overthink things, but maybe my feelings are better voiced with someone other than on my husband's shoulders, because really he can't change how I feel about this, and there is nothing he can do in this matter. I feel like I don't fit in with Ryan's family, like they accept me only because of him making it so. They are a nice Christian family with good morals, and I am the girl from the dirty side of the tracks, you know? Even in the beginning, Ryan's friends always will discourage him, making comments like, be careful, she's using you. I wonder why. And look how it all turned out. Even his brother to this day says comments like, be careful, she's using you. Even his brother to this day says comments like, she will come out of prison and have another guy in the house so fast, you're a fool, blah, 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 blah. Some more ignorant crap. Sad part is Ryan's brother is a total loser who has been in a jail scene himself. So I'm being smack talked by a dope head, and then on the flip side, his crack hole baby mama, Ryan's brother's baby mama, to be clear on that. She shows up for Christmas and brings Ryan a gift for us in our new apartment, and everyone is just kumbaya. All these people are his people, and they say, oh, we accept her, but they say occasional negative comments. I feel the real truth is if I wasn't married to Ryan, his friends and family will give two shits about me as a person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not using anyone. So you say. I may not be high quality, but I feel like I'm not prison trash just because I made one mistake. One mistake, Gypsy? Okay, well, we've been over this before. I'm too good for a bad boy, but I'm not good enough for a good one. That is how his world makes me feel. Not just him. I feel like I am loved and truly embraced, but hardcore bluntness to the people around him, all I am is tolerated. His mom is super sweet to me, but sometimes I wonder if it is because she actually likes me, or is it because I'm married to her son. But pretty much everyone else probably would see him with a nice, good reputation gal, and not me. I know I married him, not everyone around him, but all I'm saying is I wanted to be that girl. The girl truly embraced by whomever my person's family was going to be with. Only the best praise and hope for our future together. But why do I feel with all the negative comments, I get a family who sees me as some prison piece of ass who has the affection of their sweet, wholesome Ryan? You know, it all builds up, and some things I feel doesn't need to be voiced, only coped with, because I can be a little emotionally crazy sometimes, but this was on my heart. Yeah, we know that. Gypsy. I might be wrong about how they view me, but all I know is most are on guard when it comes to me and my little divorce alarm bells, freakouts. They don't make them feel at ease. This is on me though. Live and learn on that one. Anyway, I'm trying to prove my worth and show I am better than what they think. Flashing my status as a public figure of inspiration hasn't been successful at doing just that. I don't know. So maybe some more hands-on with them in person and them seeing how much I love Ryan will show them my true character. Gypsy Rose. My dad loves him. My stepmother hates him. My dad loves him. My stepmother has always been seemingly supportive, but has her moments that she is only supporting me and not him. So like a few months ago when Ryan and I had an argument, so basically sidelined him and told me I should get the marriage annulled, and then if I want to date him later, I can, but it's better to just get the annulment. 3 days before I got married, she told me to wait and talked me out of it. So I mean, I feel they like him, but have a certain level of caution. I recently came into some moolah, and so they want my money to be untouchable to him, even though we are married and do want to build a life together. They have high expectations for him to take care of me and provide for me. Like getting our own place is all on his shoulders, and he can't touch any of my money to be able to provide for us. That to me isn't fair. They want him to shoulder the weight of two people on one person's salary. With his salary and a little help from my trust fund, we can get a nice ass house, but my parents won't allow him to do that for us right now. They are still cautious about us getting anything. My parents wants to make sure he can't get to my money in case we don't work out and we end up divorcing, which I understand, but I love Ryan and want to start having children soon. So eventually they need to trust that he won't take advantage of me and retain my money and let me pitch in something for our stability. Other than that, yeah, they like him. Hi there. It's been a rough week for me, so I didn't write much. I made the decision to separate from my husband. We have only been married nearly 4 months, and I realized that I was not ready for marriage. It has been a roller coaster of emotions, and I am taking his emotions as my own, so it's been draining. So that was the end of this individual's messages that they decided to share. Now, keep in mind, as these new FOIA documents of Gypsy's prison emails, since they have been released, a lot of content creators have been posting content about it. And Ryan ended up posting a comment on one of these content creators stating that he had no idea that Gypsy Rose was in contact with all these men while she was married to him. Take a look at what he says. Ryan says, quote, I knew people messaged her, but he had no idea that she was getting paid from it. And it gets more deeply disturbing. Unfortunately, I didn't know that reading all of these prison email messages was going to take this long and be this long of a video. So I am going to have to do a part 2. So I hope you stay tuned for that. But before we also close this video, the messages that we did go over today, this individual was asked quite a few questions in regards of why he decided to reach out to Gypsy Rose. Does he feel if Gypsy Rose had any remorse while, they were in contact? So I would like to answer some of these questions that he had for these answers. And there were 8 questions. Number 1, what made you want to reach out to her to begin with? Number 2, do you still talk? If not, what happened to no longer communicating? Number 3, what is your take on her claims of ABUSE and her crimes? Number 4, do you think she will continue manipulating others to get what she wants? Number 5, has she ever expressed remorse to you? Number 6, what is your take on her relationship? Do you think it is genuine and a mutual relationship? Do you think they are good to each other and for each other? Number 7, what do you think she should do now that she is out? And is there anything that made you like her more or dislike her more than you originally started communicating? And number 8, how do you think she will respond finding out that you posted these? Assuming she doesn't know or didn't before you posted them. Why did you post them? Number 1, the person states, I started writing to her after watching a documentary about her case. I had never written to someone in prison and thought it would be an interesting experience. I didn't really expect a response, so I was kind of surprised when she wrote back and was receptive to getting to know me. Number 2, we don't. We stopped talking shortly before her release. When she decided to stay married to Ryan, our conversations became less and less until they just stopped altogether. Number 3, I think she's as equally manipulative as her mother was, and she learned it all from her. Number 4, absolutely. I don't think she knows anything other than to be manipulative. Number 5, none at all. To the contrary, actually. Number 6, I think it's a shitstorm waiting to happen. Number 7, honestly, I think she should just get off the internet and try to live a quiet life with the money she's made. But that's probably easier said than done with someone like her. For me, everything about our interactions just felt artificial. Like she was trying to act the way she wanted to be perceived or appear rather than she really is. It's exhausting talking to someone like that. And number 8, She'd probably say I was posting these for clout and trying to rid her of her fame or some equally silly shit. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and bravo to this man. This man who had interactions with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, shared the same ideas that we have and the same opinions about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And thank you so much, dude, for making these messages public. Once again, don't forget, I will be posting another video with part 2 of Gypsy Rose prison calls from the newly released FOIA documents. As always, please leave your thoughts and comments down below. Please take care of yourself and be safe. Love you. Bye.